Hello everyone, back again in Creeplay's video. Today I'm going to make an ability tier list. Since Pickcrafter released its newest update a few months ago, version 6, providing a lot of new content and also changes some other stuff. So surely the ability meta is going to change. And also lack of the Pickcrafter tier list video. The only ability tier list video I can find is from July is Cool, which is for version 5. If you want to check the video out, I link it on the description. Before the video starts, I just want to say this tier list is based on my opinion, and I will rank based on 80% usefulness and 20% uniqueness. Anyway, let's start the video. The first 3 worst ability is going to be Luck Potion at 26th, Strength Potion at 25th, and Potion of Beyond at 24th. I'm putting Luck as the worst ability ever because Luck is already an inconsistent thing. Relying on Luck Potion I think will be very hard, especially with the long 10-minute cooldown. And also Luck only increase your chances to find rare blocks. It doesn't affect other stuff like the mob spawning or the discovery wheel. Next, the Strength Potion, same situation as Luck Potion, providing a buff not strong enough compared to the long cooldown it has. But at least it's consistent. Potion of Beyond, probably it exists is to be the worst loot that you can get in Ender chest. Overall, the potion gives all effects from all other potion, but in a smaller amount with the classic 10-minute cooldown. Basically a 4-in-1 worst potion ever, but I rated higher cause it's a legendary ability. Now in C, we have 4 ability. We had PPS Potion at 23rd, Roll of the Block at 22nd, All the Beast Part at 21st to 17th, and Hot Potato at 16th. PPS Potion, I put it at C tier because the Ascension feature. If you didn't know, Ascension Crystal can be obtained from picks. Making picks in PPS is one of a crucial currency in Pickcrafter. But it's still being one of the worst ability because the same 10-minute cooldown and the small buff it gives. It's also getting outclassed by other PPS multiplier item making PPS Potion become weaker from the item and you can get PPS boost by simply using Pickaxe ability. Next is the Roll of the Block. This ability is bad. Nothing much to say. The only thing that makes it higher because it's fun to see which block you can get from it. Beast Part, honestly same situation like the potion I mentioned earlier, providing small boost with a long cooldown. The only cool thing about the Beast Part is that you can only obtain it through fully completed the scroll event. Lastly in C tier, we have a Hot Potato. Honestly it's a cool underpowered ability. Gives blocks about as same as 1 grapes. But I put it in the high C because this ability literally has its own cutscene, and it will turn into bed if you in another end. Sadly it doesn't work on Warped Woods. In B tier, finally we can see some useful ability. In this tier, we can find Block Hank at 15th, the Beast at 14th, Gas Compressor at 13th, Bucket at 12th and TNT at 11th. Block Hank is basically a stronger and better version of Roll of the Block. The only reason it can be on B tier because we can select the outcome of the ability, making we can control the randomness a little bit. Next up, Beast, the most hardest ability to get in the game. Honestly it didn't provide too much except the feelings of accomplishments it gives to you when obtaining it. And also plus with the animation it has. At 13th is the Gas Compressor, an ability that has an use only in a specific biome. It can be used only on the sun and gives hydrogen after you fill the hydrogen meter, that's it. The only reason I put in mid B because the PPS item in the sun. It's one of the most highest PPS item in the game, as far as I played. And hydrogen is one of the main resources you will need to buy the PPS item. Next we have the Bucket. The Bucket ability sucks. Before version 6. The Bucket is only known for making radiation waste at version 5. Since half of the Bucket ability is literally useless. But in version 6 Bucket got an indirect buff, which making the classic Minecraft combination, the water and lava combination is very useful for unlocking the nether and the addition of obsidian PPS item. I highly recommend you to use it when you're trying to prestige. It will save some of your time on lava fields or volcano. Last in B tier, TNT. TNT is probably the easiest ability to use. It will break blocks instantly depending on its level. And you can use it to help you boosting your pickaxe ability. Now we are entering the top 10 abilities in Pickcrafter. Starting in the A tier, at 10th place, we have the Teleporter. Basically the Teleporter teleport us into one out of 3 special biomes: Wasteland, Ether, and Herobrine Lair. Each has its own PPS item and pickaxes that you can discover. Apart from the stuff, the PPS item in those 3 biomes are quite powerful. Increase your PPS so you can get more Ascension Crystal. At 9th place we have the Short Reload. Like its name, it decreases your last used ability by a bit. Even though it only decreased by a couple seconds, its short cooldown makes it worth it to use. Especially paired with the 8th ability in our list, the Anvil. Anvil is one of the greatest ability if you know to use it. The Anvil breaks blocks depending on how many stacks it has. It can increase its stacks by using other ability. So if you keep it long enough in your ability slot, the Anvil will surely gives you tons of blocks in return. Another reason why Anvil is great is that Anvil can be combo with enchantment spell, giving even more blocks than normal. I highly recommend use it in some higher biomes like Blighted Planet or Sun. At 7th place, the last ability, in a tier, entering the Drill. Like the TNT, Drill is also an easy to use ability. The only reason why Drill is higher than TNT because Drill is simply a duration-based ability. In most cases the Drill will simply break more blocks than TNT and also able to boost your pickaxe ability. And also the Drill is one of the common stats that you can get in artifacts, making Drill is one of the easiest ability to level up. Now we at the highest tier, S tier, an ability that must used by all players. Starting it by the Snowball at 6th. Even though Snowball cannot directly support your progress, but Snowball is the best ability when it comes to the event. Since most of the event requires you to obtain certain items by mobs, Snowball can easily multiply mob drop items so you can finish quest faster. Snowball also useful on the late game since the last biome, the Void, requires materials from a mob. At 5th place, we have the Reload. Same like the Short Reload. Reload decrease your last used ability cooldown. I'm sure everyone watching this know why it's higher on this list. Simply put, like you can use an ability twice and almost instantly, if the cooldown isn't higher than the reload power itself. If your reload isn't enough, you can combo it using Short Reload, but you need to do it quickly or you can do it with the number 4th on our list. Introducing the Frost Aura. Frost Aura in my opinion is the most versatile ability in Pickcrafter. Mainly Frost Aura are created to counter the sun and its overheating effect, but Frost Aura also offers instant block break and cooldown reduction on all other abilities. Having 3 things it can do and does a good job on it. But just remember not to use it before activating Tritium Pickaxe ability. Finally we at the top 3A abilities. Abilities that must be in your ability slot at all times. Without stalling any longer, please welcome the top 3 abilities. In 3rd place, please welcome the only good ability that introduces on Ender Chest, Ability Buffer. Honestly I don't really need to explain its functions. It's basically just buffing your next ability depending on the ability buffer level. The only reason that I put it pretty high on this list because of the introduction of a function that allows you to buy ability shards. Since the last version, ability buffer is kinda rarely used by players because you really need to invest a lot of Ender Chest. Now you can instantly level up from level 1 to level 3 by simply using 20 runic, providing even bigger buff without sacrificing potential player or idle transcendence. In 2nd place is the most favorite potion ever, the Critical Strike potion. Critical Strike Potion is already in good ability before version 6. But it got a massive indirect buff. With the nerf of Block Fortune and the introduction of Critical Block Fortune makes Critical Strike Potion able to produce even more blocks from clicking. Not mention that it's only need 80 seconds of cooldown, increasing critical chances to break blocks faster while increasing block drops with such a small cooldown. There's no reason to not use it. Except if you're not an active player. Now for the first place, the most useful ability is going to be Enchantment Spell. Why? Because it's simply the ability that we all needed to progress. Also with the Block Fortune nerf and the ramping cost increases makes Enchantment Spells is one of the must-used ability. But if you have max Critical Block Fortune, and you're also an active player, Critical Strike's surely better than Enchantment Spell. So why did the Enchantment Spell still deserve it first place? Enchantment Spell is the one of the most unique ability. Since it can create some super op synergy that I didn't know it was intended or not. One of them is the Anvil plus Enchantment Spell. If you watch my version 6 video, Anvil plus Enchantment Spell enchants the block drop for all blocks that breaks by the Anvil, instead enchants the first blocks that it breaks, greatly increasing all blocks given by Anvil. So yeah, that's all for the today tier list video. I hope you enjoyed this video and also learned something from this video. And I will see you in another video.